What if I told you that the man history calls Cyrus the Great almost never became king? What if I told you that his own grandfather tried to have him killed as an infant? And what if I told you that the story you think you know, the tale of a benevolent conqueror who freed the Jews and invented human rights, is only half the truth? Let me take you back. Cyrus was born around 600 BC. His grandfather was Astyages, king of the Medes, the dominant power in the region. His father was Cambyses I, king of the Persians, a smaller client kingdom that answered to Media. When Astyages had a dream, then a second dream, that his daughter's son would rule in his place, he panicked. He ordered his general, Harpagus, to take the infant Cyrus and leave him to die in the mountains. Here is what most history books do not tell you. Harpagus could not kill the child. Instead, he gave the baby to a shepherd named Mithridates, a man whose wife had just given birth to a stillborn son. The shepherd swapped the bodies. The world was told that the infant Cyrus had died in the wilderness. But Cyrus grew. He grew strong. He grew clever. He grew in secret, pretending to be a shepherd's son, unaware that he was destined for a throne. I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a legend, not history. And you would be right. Herodotus tells this story. But is it true? Did Astyages really try to kill his own grandson? Or was this a story Cyrus himself spread to justify his overthrow of the Medes? Here is the question that historians still argue over. Does it matter if the story is true? Or does the fact that Cyrus wanted us to believe it tell us everything we need to know about him? When Cyrus was old enough to learn the truth about his birth, he did not weep. He did not hesitate. He gathered the Persian tribes and convinced them to rebel against their Median overlords. But here is what the legends do not tell you. Cyrus did not win because he was a better general than the Medes. He won because Harpagus, the general who had spared his life, had been waiting for this moment. For years, Harpagus had endured Astyages' cruelty. The king had killed Harpagus' own son as punishment for disobeying the order to kill Cyrus. Harpagus had swallowed his grief. He had smiled at the king. He had waited. And when Cyrus raised his army, Harpagus betrayed Astyages from within. Cyrus the Great did not conquer Media alone. He was handed the throne by a man seeking revenge. Cyrus spared Astyages. He absorbed Media into a new empire, the First Persian Empire. The Medes and Persians became one people, and Cyrus became the ruler of the largest kingdom the world had yet seen. But he was not finished. In 539 BCE, Cyrus marched on Babylon. The city was considered unconquerable. Its walls had never been breached. Its gates were made of solid bronze. It had food and water to withstand a siege for years. Here is the truth that history books do not emphasize enough. Cyrus did not conquer Babylon through strength. He conquered it through cunning. He diverted the Euphrates River. His soldiers marched through the emptied riverbed, climbed into the city through the water gates, and captured Babylon in a single night. The Bible records this event. The book of Isaiah names Cyrus as God's anointed, the only known Jewish person ever given that title. Why? Because Cyrus did something no other conqueror had ever done. Cyrus conquered Babylon, but he did not destroy it. He did not burn its temples. He did not deport its people. Instead, he issued the Cyrus Cylinder, clay cylinder inscribed with what many historians call the first Declaration of Human Rights. He decreed religious freedom. He allowed exiled peoples, including the Jews, to return to their homelands and rebuild their temples. The Jews called him Messiah. The Greeks called him lawgiver. The Persians called him father. Here is the question I want you to hold in your mind. Why did Cyrus do this? Was it genuine compassion? Or was it the most brilliant political strategy ever devised? Every empire before Cyrus ruled through terror. The Assyrians flayed their enemies. The Babylonians ripped out tongues. Cyrus did none of this. He ruled through respect. He let conquered peoples keep their gods, their languages, their customs. He built an empire that lasted 200 years. Every previous empire had crumbled within generations. Was kindness the secret to power? Or was Cyrus simply the most calculating politician in ancient history? But here's the hidden darkness that no statue of Cyrus will ever show you. Cyrus the Great did not die peacefully in his bed. He did not pass the throne to his son with wise last words. He died on a battlefield against a tribe of nomadic warriors, and his death was shameful. Herodotus records that Cyrus died in battle against Queen Tamiris of the Massagetæ. She defeated him, she killed him, and legend says she dipped his head in a wineskin filled with blood. "Drink your fill of blood," she said, "you who have thirsted for it all your life." Why do history books leave out this part of the story? Cyrus the Great created the largest empire the world had ever seen. He freed the Jews. He invented human rights. He ruled with compassion in a brutal age. But he also died with blood on his face, killed by a woman whose children he had slaughtered. The truth is never simple, and the greatest heroes often carry darkness we choose not to see. The Cyrus Cylinder is considered by many to be the first charter of human rights. It is displayed in the United Nations building in New York. Its principles influenced the American Declaration of Independence. They influenced the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. A pagan Persian king shaped Western democracy. Is that irony? Or is it proof that good ideas belong to no single civilization? Cyrus is still revered in Iran today. He is a national hero, a symbol of Persian identity and pride. But his legacy also belongs to the Jews, whom he freed from Babylonian captivity, and to the Greeks, who admired him as a wise lawgiver, and to the Americans, whose founders read about him in Xenophon's Cyropedia. One man, one empire, one idea that changed the world. But here is the question I want to leave with you. Let me ask you some questions to see if you were paying attention. Who tried to have Cyrus killed as an infant? How did Cyrus conquer Babylon? What document did Cyrus issue that is considered the first Declaration of Human Rights? Who killed Cyrus in battle? Did you catch the answers? Number 1. His grandfather, Astyages, king of the Medes. Number 2. He diverted the Euphrates River and marched his soldiers through the riverbed. Number 3. The Cyrus Cylinder. Number 4. Queen Tamiris of the Massagetæ, a woman history almost forgot. Cyrus the Great was not a saint. He was a conqueror. He killed, he conquered, he enslaved. But he also freed, he also respected, he also imagined a world where different peoples could live together under a single ruler, not through fear, but through loyalty. That is his real legacy, not the battles he won, but the idea he dared to dream. Now it is your turn. What story have you been eager to see on this channel? Tell me in the comments. The next video could be about the history you want uncovered. And while you are there, answer me this. Was Cyrus truly great? Or was he just a conqueror with good publicity? I will read every answer. Subscribe to History's Hidden Darkness for more stories of the strange, dark, and untold.